Valentine's Day. I dread this section of the calendar every time it rolls around. The mere mention of it sending a wave of nausea over me. Why? I'm lonely. That's why. Look, I do okay. It's just that I've not had anything serious or committed. Not for many years. I've been burned quite badly in the past. Yeah, personal choices and all that. But regardless of how I got here, it is what it is. I lived quite a loveless life. So, as you can imagine, being surrounded by pink balloons and love heart cakes everywhere I go every time February 14th rolls around serves only as a bitter reminder to my sad state of life. Well, that's one of the reasons. The other one is complicated. I had a bit of a strange experience, I guess you could call it, last Valentine's Day. I'm here to share that story. If you happen to find yourself alone and lonely this year, and you decide to go looking for some companionship, take my word on this. Don't go looking for it in Brisbane's Fortitude Valley. My city's nightlife strip is probably one to be avoided at the best of times. Yet there I was, 10 p.m. on a Wednesday night, strolling down the main strip with a beer in hand. I was craving a connection with someone, even if that was to be short-lived and superficial. Tossing my now empty can into the trash, I made my way into Retro's, one of the many clubs alive and thriving that night. Making my way through the crowd, I glanced around at the many cute girls out to party tonight. Many had already paired off with barely evolved Neanderthals. No surprise there. A typical night out in Queensland. Strutting on up to the bar, I ordered myself a Smirnoff Double Black and took a seat on one of the stools. I just kicked back, playing things a little cool, content to observe the crowd and pick my moment. I wasn't out to just go home with anyone tonight. I wanted to have a conversation. I wanted to feel something. Something on an emotional level. Something meaningful. I sat there and I sipped my drink for the first 15 minutes or so, before deciding I might grab another drink and head out onto the floor to mingle a bit. I tapped my empty bottle on the bar, the barkeep grabbing it and swapping it out for a full one, before standing up and making my way out into the crowd. I'm a shit dancer, even on my best day. But with a little vodka in my bloodstream already, I didn't care too much. I tried my luck with a few girls, but either they weren't interested enough or they were clearly too drunk. I'm not the kind of dick who's going to take advantage of a clearly inebriated woman, and they were certainly in no state to provide any of that meaningful conversation I was craving. I was just about to retreat and try my luck at a different club when I saw her. Sitting at the bar and staring right at me was the most beautiful girl I had ever seen in my life. Oh my God, she was the definition of perfection, and she was looking right at me, as if inviting me to come on over. I wasn't arguing with that. Keeping it as cool as I could in that moment, I slowly made my way over, taking a seat right next to her. Her smile absolutely melted me, in a way I did not know was possible. Hey there, my name's... Do you want one? A drink, I mean. That's not my name. What's yours? Christ alive. What the fuck did I just say?
Relax, mate. My name's Violet. And yes, I'd love a drink.
I pulled myself together. Okay, let's try that again. My name's Jake. It's nice to meet you, Violet. I turned to the barkeep, ordering a couple more double blacks and handing one to Violet. She smiled at me, raising her bottle.
Well, cheers to you, Jake. It's nice to meet you too.
Her voice was pure seduction to my ears, and as we sat there and continued chatting over the next hour or so, I found myself absolutely falling for this girl, who I had literally just met that night. Over the course of our chat, things got more and more heated. A little touch here and there at first, but eventually, we were all over each other. I was just about to make my move and suggest getting out of there, when she raised a finger to my lips.
Shh,
she said, before leaning over and kissing me. Something came over me during that kiss. It was, uncontestedly, far and away, the most infatuated I have ever felt in my life. The feeling of her lips intertwining with my own, the touch of her soft hand in mine, the sensations of my fingers trailing through her beautiful hair. It all added up to an absolute explosion in my heart and an instantaneous lowering of the walls that I'd kept up for so long. This girl could have asked me to give her my life savings then and there, and I would have gladly complied. Breaking our kiss, she leaned in close and whispered in my ear.
I know a better place.
She then took me by the hand, stood up, and beckoned me to follow her. And I did not argue. She led me back outside into the warm night air, and we walked hand in hand down Brunswick Street, heading towards Ann Street. So, are we going to your place then? I asked, as we turned the corner down Ann.
Something like that,
she said, as the streets began to dim out. We took another turn down Constant Street, and eventually came to a stop at the end of a narrow alleyway. She turned to face me, pulling me into a passionate kiss. Any doubts I may have had about the surroundings vanished in an instant.
This is me, down here,
she said to me, seductively. We walked on down the alleyway, and Violet then turned down a little stairwell, leading down to a small wooden door. Again, I followed without question, my hand still firmly attached to hers, as she unlocked the door and led me through to a dark, open-plan, basement-style apartment. She walked me over to a set of chains, hanging from the ceiling in the center of the room, handcuffs attached to the ends of them.
Put your hands in the cuffs, sweetie.
Again, she spoke with all the seduction of your favorite porn star. Yes, I said, rather robotically, raising my hands up and allowing her to cuff me. I felt a peace come over me, an acceptance of sorts. It's hard to explain, but the best I can describe is that I just lost any ability to care about what was happening to me. She was my goddess. She could do whatever the hell she wanted to do. She then turned and walked over to another small door, this one with bars on it. She unlocked the padlocked door, and a man walked out. He was holding a large stone bowl and a machete. He handed the huge blade to Violet, and she swaggered back over to me, those beautiful hips wiggling from side to side as she moved.
Alrighty then, cutie. We're gonna cut your throat and drain the blood from your system, okay?
She said, rather matter-of-factly. Yes, ma'am, I responded, with a big, goofy smile on my face. It's crazy. I knew what was about to happen. I knew full well. Yet, I was enjoying it. I loved the fact that she was about to take that blade and slice the sharp edge along my jugular. The thought of it excited me. The man placed the bowl down at my feet and began drawing various shapes and patterns on the floor around me. I just stood there, smiling at Violet as she continued to describe the process that was about to unfold in great detail.
It'll hurt a little, sure, but we're going to have so much fun, baby,
she said, twirling around and giving me a sexy little show. I continued to stare at her with that ridiculously dopey grin on my face as she danced and bopped and spun around. As she did so, however, something happened. Violet threw her hands up in the air, spinning that gorgeous body around in circles. But then, as she turned back around to face me, what I was seeing changed. No more did a beautiful woman stand before me, but a monstrous image of death and decay. A rotting corpse, still somehow standing upright and moving around. In that moment, the spell broke, and she knew it. This thing, which seconds ago stood in front of me smiling, now wore a terrible, hateful glare on its face. And then, full-blown panic set in. I screamed at the top of my lungs for help, crying out for anyone who may hear me. "Help me!" I screamed. And then, the thing before me began to scream, emitting an awful, high-pitched cry that near on burst my eardrums. The more I looked at its true form, the more the illusion fell apart. The man alongside what had once been Violet vanished, as did those strange patterns that he had drawn all around me. The machete that Violet had been holding dissolved in front of my eyes. This thing then proceeded to start dancing again, all the while screaming that terrible scream. I suppose it was attempting to put the facade back together, to entrap me once more. But I kept my eyes locked on its awful form. As I did so, the cuffs around my wrists disappeared. There I stood, unbound, unchained, free. As I stood there, processing what had just happened, this thing, still screaming, began to charge towards me. I don't know what it planned to do, nor did I wish to find out. I turned and ran. As I did so, I realized where I truly was. There was no door anymore. There were barely walls or a ceiling even. No, we were standing in some random, dilapidated old car park somewhere in the valley. I ran back down the street, back towards Brunswick, where at least I could be sure there were people. As I ran, I looked back, expecting to see nothing, as the previous hallucinations appeared to be wearing off entirely. But no, there it stood, in the middle of that car park, just staring at me as I ran off down the street. That is, perhaps the scariest thought, looking back. It did not bother to pursue me. It knew full well it could just get another victim. It probably did. And this is why I'm writing this. I have no doubt it will be back. It will lure more victims. So do yourself a favour. If you're around Brisbane City this Valentine's Day, please, stay the fuck away from the valley.